Hi everyone, we are starting on our fourth row of little items in our ivy page today, and I am just thinking about what colour to choose for this little flower here, and I thought I would go through my thought process with you just to help you really. Now we've got a pink and purple flower here and a blue one here. We've also got pink, purple and blue here, so we've got a lot of pink and purple, so I'm going to avoid that, although we've got another one here as well to think about, which is also near all the pink, purples and blues. So I'm thinking we could probably do an orange somewhere, maybe a yellow, and also red. So I think what I would do is I might do this one yellow, a yellowy orange maybe, or yellow, and this one red, perhaps. And then they will sort of be a bit different to the ones that are nearby. So that's what I'm going to do. So what do I say? Yellow. So we'll do a yellow flower here. So we can maybe make it look a little bit buttercup-like. So let's zoom in. Whoop. I will move my book, don't worry. There we go. So I'm looking at the bud and I'm thinking that looks sort of furry, which doesn't look like the petals. And I'm wondering whether that would be green. So I think I'm going to do that green, but we're going to concentrate on the actual flower first, and we'll do a few different yellows. I'm just having a look what I've got. I think I'm going to start with a really bright yellow. We have the cadmium yellow light, which is actually quite a bright yellow. I'm just looking for my sharpener. Had a bit of a reorganise. Just because I took a few things from in here into my other room. So I'm going to start, where should we go? Should we do brightest? We'll do brightest on the outside for a change. We usually do our brightest bit near the centre. Let's fade it towards the middle, just for something a little bit different. So I'm going to put quite a few layers of the yellow on the ends of each petal. And then we'll find a slightly lighter shade to do some more. It'll be quite a simple one. I haven't thought about the centre yet, but we'll get there. So I hope everyone's well. I'm quite happy to be doing a more simple picture today. I'm going to grab my golden yellow deep for the next bit. Oops. I've been doing I've been recording the Thomas Kincaid page. Doesn't look that different, does it? In fact, it looks brighter to me than the one here. I think they must be in the wrong order in the tin. Never mind. So I've been recording a Thomas Kincaid, and it's quite hard going because it's quite a big video. You know, they were sort of either 45 minutes or nearly an hour at a time. I'm just going to emphasize this darker bit here. It wasn't what I was planning. Obviously I was planning on the outside being darker, but as I don't have a swatch card for this set, I did have someone contact me actually by email, saying she wanted a swatch sheet for the Castle Arts 120, and they did send her a PDF, but she didn't have a printer, but they don't come with one in the tin, which can mean that you have to, I'm just thinking about what to do with the next bit, mean that you have to print it yourself if you want one, which is okay if you've got a printer obviously. I'm going to use the yellow ochre light just to do a little bit in the centre, because to me the way that dips and with the line, it looks like we've got a little bit dipping in where the line is. I'm just going to go over the line with this darker colour. It's not going to make a huge difference, but I'm just going to do a little bit. Now the centre. I want the centre to stand out quite a bit, to be quite a dark brown. We've only got 3 browns in my 72 castle set, which is what I'm using. So we just have to make do. So the burnt umber is the really dark brown, and I'm getting through this one because it's a really good, useful colour. And I'm going to pop a really thick layer there and then just reduce it up like that. I'm going to re-emphasize that layer a bit more. Then I'm going to use a slightly lighter brown. We have a sepia and a Van Dyke. I'm going to use the Van Dyke brown, slightly less red. And I'm trying not to go over the really dark band that I did near the bottom. Just take that colour up a bit. I want it quite light at the top. A little bit more. I just looked in the camera. Oh, I think the sun's coming out. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Now we're on to greens. Now with a yellow, with our last yellow flower, we used the olivey greens. So I'm going to use, and we also use those greens for a different yellow. So I want something that's more of a mid-green. What's that one? Well, that's quite dark green. Let's go with the hooker's green. Now this hooker's green isn't like the polychromos hooker's green. I find it a little bit different in its sort of tone, I guess. It isn't as blue. So I'm trying to get a darker bit in there near where the petals are together. I'm struggling to stay in the lines. Now this bit's sort of rounded, so thinking as well as a bit of shade or shadow under there, I think there would be some under here as well. So I'm just gonna gently bring that up like that. We're gonna add in another green. So a bit here where it would be shadowed and fade it down. And the same on this stem. Now as I said before, I want this to be green. And although it will be more shady near the bottom, I want it to try to make it look sort of rounded. So I always find that if you put a darker edge, then that can help. So I'm going to fade that in as I go towards the middle. Like that. Now I'm going to look for another green. I want something else that isn't too bluey. That's just looking at the range of colours. Is that the Cadmium Green? Yeah, I think I'll try the Cadmium Green. It is a more olivey tone, but I think it will just work together with this one quite well. So I'm going to finish off these little petals completely. And what I want to do is try and leave the centre of this fairly pale. So I'm really gently building up my green layers so that I can make sure that I don't overdo it. Here I don't mind so much. I want it to look like, you know, a fairly solid stem. And if it does look too olive for you, you can always put a little bit of the hooker's green on top until you get the sort of colour that you want, but I'm okay with it. Now I'm going to go over the hooker's green here to try and make it look more intense, and then towards the middle have a lighter touch, but I'm just going to build up those layers until I feel like it looks right. Now I could sort of add to that fluffiness with my green, but I think it might just end up looking like I haven't stayed in the lines, which is obviously quite common for me to do, but I think I will actually make that do. So it's quite a short one again today. These florals are quite small, and I think it's rather fun because it means we just get to do a little bit in the afternoon, just a small video while you have a cup of tea or while you colour along. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you can. It does make a big difference to the channel, and makes me smile as well. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.